morning! We are back in Regent's Park today on a nice, chilly but sunny Sunday morning in autumn. And I want to talk about fear today and how it holds us back, particularly me. I'm sure I'm not alone. I went to my friend's engagement party last night and it was really lovely to see everyone, and she had such a great turnout. And it's weird because I always complain that I don't see my friends enough, and I should really look forward to going to something like that. And I was not dreading it, but I wasn't looking forward to it. And I was like, what is wrong with you? And I was talking to a few friends there, and they felt the same thing, that they had like anxiety, social anxiety, to go there and to be in a group of people. And I was like, God, what's wrong with everyone? Including me. And we kind of all came to the conclusion, it could be our age. We're around 40, 45, perimenopause. Apparently that anxiety comes with it. I'd never heard that before, but leave a comment below if you're experiencing the same thing. But also, when you get older, I never used to have a fear of flying, for example, and the more crappy flights I've had, the more I'm not scared of flying, but if there's turbulence, I shit my pants. So, whereas when I was younger, I used to just laugh about it, because I guess when you're younger, you think you're invincible and nothing's going to happen to you because hardly anything has. But like everyone, I've had some shit go on in life that hasn't been ideal, shall we say. Bad relationships, the addiction that took over my life for a long time. I'm attached to the story of the person I think I am from my past, which is normal because it's like if you go into a bank and you want a loan, they look at your credit history to see if you have historically been a good payer, and if you haven't, then they're like, none for you. Or you go on a date and you find out that someone has had, lots of previous instances of cheating with their partner, so you're like, none for you. So history is normal to look at. I've lost a dog, one sec. I found him. To see whether you have evidence of being able to do a certain thing, or being consistent, or fill in the blank. And my history is that I've made a lot of mistakes. I've had a lot of shitty things happen to me. I'm not victim mode. This happens to most people in life. The problem with me is I'm still living from that place. I'm attached to my story. And I think I heard Wayne Dyer or someone wise say the other day, let go of your story. I mean, nice concept, but the idea of being attached to your story is that you're basing what your future self is going to do on the mistakes of the past, or at least that's what I'm doing. And I think what Wayne Dyer was trying to say about letting go of your story is that the person you were before you made the bad decisions is what went towards those decisions, whereas you're a different person now. So knowing what you know now, your future self can make better choices, hopefully. And of course we can always plan and hope for the best, but the universe decides what happens. So it's an illusion that we have any control over any of this. But of course we can set ourselves up for the best outcome by planning, preparing, doing whatever you need to do, taking care of yourself. Self-care is super important to me, especially when I'm going through this fear period. My life is a fear period. It's not like, I'm just living in fear the whole time. So going back to going out and seeing my friends last night, you know, I was just talking about how dissatisfied I am with my life, and I was like, what a bore, no one wants that person at a party. But it is the truth. And on my drive back I was like, well, you better fix it, bitch, because, you know, life's not that long. And I'm 45 now. My energy is already kind of draining. I've just got to do stuff that makes me feel energized, that makes me feel happy, that, you know, fuck fear in the face and do the stuff that I want to do. Because essentially I'm unhappy and depressed because there are things I want to do and I'm too scared to do them. And knowing that I'm keeping myself in a mental, and turns out physical prison, is really depressing. I'm the one, like I said in my last video, I'm the one that's holding myself back. I have every opportunity, you know, I'm white for a start. It is a privilege to be this colour. I live in a Western world. You know, I could live in buckfuck nowhere with, you know, a lack of infrastructure, and you get the picture. I live in London, I'm lucky. I have my own business, I have blah blah blah. I have a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't have that supports me in doing what I want to do in life. And I'm not doing it. And that's honestly tragic, because what scares me the most is being 80 or 90 or however, you know, it could be next week, however old I am when I'm on my deathbed, looking back at my life and thinking, what if, or I wish I'd done that, or I wish I had the balls to do this. Oh my God, that's my biggest fear. And the saying goes that, you know, something like, you don't regret the things that you do, you regret the things that you didn't do. Like, even the bad decisions I've made, some I regret, but most of them I don't regret. Like, I went to Australia, and that's where my addiction really went bananas, and I was in a really, really bad place mentally. But I don't regret it at all, because I'm not being funny, it was fucking amazing. And if I hadn't have done that, I would have most probably just been dissatisfied with my life and not really figured out why. And I know now why. It's my head. You know, it wasn't the drugs. The drugs were just a symptom of the problem. But it's the way I think. And obviously changing that is pretty difficult. I've been trying to do it for the last 10 years, but, you know, properly for the last 2.5, because I've been clean. And I just can't live like this anymore. And that's what makes me feel suicidal sometimes, is knowing that I could live the way I want to live and I'm not doing it. And rather than actually unaliving myself, why don't I just face the fear? The fear's not going to go away, right? It's going to be there, but just do the things that I want to do. And if I get laughed at, okay. And if I get, you know, ridiculed or I suck, I mean, I'm going to suck. Everyone sucks when they start to do something. And that's the really painful part for me, is like being shit at something publicly, like YouTube or whatever else. You can't really do it undercover. You have to put your stuff out there and learn from, you know, negative comments and hopefully some constructive comments, but whatever. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is unaliving is always an option, but it is a final option. And before I pick that choice, I would like to try all the other options first. And then if it doesn't work, I can always jump off a bridge. But until such time, I'm going to really try and live the way I want to live and do the scary things. And I want to build a community along the way of people doing the same stuff so we can support each other, because I know community is really, really important, and doing stuff by yourself is, you know, 10 times as scary. If you have people to like champion you, then it makes everything a lot easier. So if you're feeling the same thing, you're dissatisfied with your life, you want to live a certain way, you don't know how to do it, you're too scared, come along the journey. I'm going to be updating you hopefully weekly on, the things that I've been putting in place to face my fear and do it anyway, like the book says. Adios.